Hello, it's Thursday, not Wednesday, but I forgot yesterday that every beginning of the month I do a Monday read. I did do a monthly reading, and so it's been said to me, reminding me people that they wanted to know what the reading is. So here we are on Thursday doing the reading for April. Oh, yeah, right. That's just what I need just to begin to choke on my own saliva here. It's it's an interesting reading looking at it, but I haven't really read it as I usually go through. So we begin the middle because it goes the beginning of April with the Wheel of Fortune change. Even though I know there's changes going on, this is not spinning. So it tells me there's change, but it's not like out of control, like massive. It's handable, it's doable, it's workable. And today we're at the 3rd now of April. So I would say that vibration is pretty well over. And what we come into as we're looking at the 3rd, 4th, maybe into the 5th, even the 3 of Cups celebration. There are many people that are going to be very, very happy with what these changes are. Then, of course, we do know that there's always the same amount that are not happy, but it does show here that lots of celebrations that are going on for what's happening. And that is leading as we move more into the 10th, even the 12th, to the Empress, which is again happy, everything in play, it's creative, it's moving, it's working. So that I would say from the 1st to the 10th, maybe a little bit later, but really by the 10th, that everyone is fairly happy with where everything is and going. Then things change. So, between the 10th and the 15th, this is an attitude card. It's the King of Swords. Very defensive, aggressive, can be very aggressive, but defensive and very strong and strict. No, it's the most disciplined. When you think of a disciplined parent, this would be it. And so everything gets really, I would say, maybe up to the 14th, 15th, very sticky. It's like, these are the orders, do as you're told, don't argue with me. This is the way it's going to be. This is how it is. That brings us, so as we're getting more into the 20s, into the Chariot, which is like we are now leaving behind the old, excuse me a minute here. Of course, I didn't bring water because I did this kind of like realizing that I was late. So here, what we see here is a leaving behind the old, moving into the new, but we're stationary still. We're not there. It's like that in between time. It's like we know something's happening. We know where we're going. We know what we're going to do. And then we're waiting. So we're waiting and waiting and waiting. So as we're heading into the 20s, what we find here is the 4 of Wands, which is success. Things become clear. So where we had this murky time and we're sort of not too sure what's happening, we know things are changing. We know it's different, but we don't really know yet what it is. Here now we're clear. We're much more clear on what we're having to deal with, what's happening, what's going on. And that leads us to the King of Pentacles, which is really having your material world in your hand, feeling in command, feeling in control. So at this point, I think up to probably around 25th, 26th, it's like, it's almost like a big breath. That's how I feel. It's like, oh, thank goodness, this is where it's at. But we're not done with the month yet. I would say the 27th. look for stuff around the 27th that's going to kind of either shake things up or shake something. Seven of Wands is unsettlement. There's conflict. There's new ideas, new awarenesses that one has to assimilate and one has to figure out of where they're going. And so I see the last part of the month, especially as we end up at the end with this Emperor. And if you can look, I'm going to put it really close. Whoops. Stubborn, set. Again, this whole feeling very similar to this symbol that we had earlier. This is the way it is. So, in a way, there's a lot of the first part of April, I think, on the whole, very manageable till we come into getting and trying to understand where we're heading and the changes that are happening. And we come to terms with that. It's like, oh, okay, we can handle that. We can deal with that. But then right at the end of the month, watch the end of the month. Make sure that you feel stabilized. Make sure you feel A-okay. And then the stuckness again. So we look forward then to seeing when we get to May, how May unfolds, because that'll be one of the major things that we have to look at. So thank you for listening, watching, looking, and please give me any comments that you want to have about that or your thoughts on it. And I look forward to coming back. Someone said, please tell us what you get. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See you next time. Bye.